What could possibly lead a nation to such a devastating path of genocide, where in just 3 months, 1 million lives were lost? This question has haunted historians, sociologists, and peacekeepers alike as they grapple with the enormity of the Rwandan genocide. The roots of this tragedy lay buried in Rwanda's complex social and political landscape, marked by centuries-old tensions between the Hutu and Tutsi ethnic groups. This tension was not merely a product of cultural differences, but was fueled and exploited by colonial powers, which favored the Tutsi minority over the Hutu majority. This created a simmering resentment among the Hutus, which was manipulated by political leaders for their own ends. In the late 20th century, Rwanda was a ticking time bomb with its fuse lit by political machinations. The Hutu-led government, in power since the early 60s, had institutionalized discrimination against the Tutsis, resulting in sporadic violence and forced exiles. This tension reached a boiling point with the assassination of Rwanda's Hutu president Juvenal Habyarimana on April 6, 1994. His death, under mysterious circumstances, was the spark that ignited the genocide. The assassination was blamed on Tutsi rebels, and the extremist Hutu government used it as a pretext to launch a premeditated and systematic campaign of violence against the Tutsis and moderate Hutus. False propaganda, spread through radio broadcasts and word of mouth, fueled the flames of hatred and fear. Ordinary citizens were incited to take up arms against their neighbors, friends, and even family members. Thus, a nation was plunged into one of the darkest periods in human history. The Rwandan genocide was not an isolated, spontaneous outbreak of violence, but the result of a carefully orchestrated plan, fueled by years of ethnic tension and political manipulation. Its repercussions would echo for years to come, reshaping Rwanda and the world's understanding of humanity's capacity for both brutality and resilience. Imagine a country, smaller than the Moscow region, consumed by the horrifying violence that claimed 1 million lives. This was Rwanda in 1994, a nation torn apart by a genocide that lasted 3 months, but left scars that endure to this day. The brutality of the genocide was unspeakable. Day and night, the machetes of the Interahamwe militia, a radical Hutu group, hacked down Tutsis and moderate Hutus alike. Their goal was simple, yet chilling: to eradicate the Tutsi population from Rwanda. Families were torn apart, villages were decimated, and the nation was soaked in blood. And what of the international community? The world watched in shocked silence as the horror unfolded. Despite the clear signs of genocide, the United Nations and other international bodies were slow to respond. They hesitated, they debated, and when they finally acted, it was tragically too late for thousands of innocent lives. The Interahamwe militia, the orchestrators of this atrocity, were not just faceless monsters. They were neighbors, friends, even family members, driven by a toxic blend of fear, hatred, and political manipulation. It's a chilling reminder of the depths to which humanity can sink when manipulated by those with sinister intentions. In the midst of this horror, there were also stories of courage and humanity. Ordinary people who risked their lives to protect their Tutsi neighbors, showing that even in the darkest times, the human spirit can shine brightly. But these glimmers of hope were far outweighed by the scale of the tragedy. The aftermath of the genocide was a country in ruins. The social fabric was torn, the economy was destroyed, and the survivors were left with deep psychological scars. In the aftermath of this horrific period, Rwanda was left shattered, its people traumatized, and its infrastructure destroyed. How does a country devastated by genocide seek justice and accountability? This question was answered by Rwanda through the establishment of the International Criminal Tribunal for Rwanda, or ICTR, and the community-based Gacaca courts. In the aftermath of the genocide, the United Nations Security Council set up the ICTR, a court of law dedicated to prosecuting individuals responsible for the genocide and other serious violations of international humanitarian law. The ICTR made significant contributions to the global jurisprudence on genocide, setting legal precedents for future tribunals. It was the first international tribunal to deliver verdicts against those guilty of committing genocide, with 60 individuals convicted. However, it wasn't without its shortcomings. The ICTR was criticized for its slow pace and limited scope, as it could only prosecute those bearing the greatest responsibility for the atrocities, leaving many perpetrators unpunished. On the other hand, Rwanda turned to its roots to deal with the overwhelming number of genocide suspects. The Gakaka courts, a traditional form of community justice, were re-established with the task of trying the majority of genocide cases. The Gakaka courts were designed to promote truth-telling, justice, and reconciliation at the grassroots level. They provided a platform for victims to confront the perpetrators and for the perpetrators to seek forgiveness from their communities. The Gakaka system was not without controversy, though. Critics argued that it lacked legal safeguards and was susceptible to corruption and manipulation. In the face of such a monumental task, neither the ICTR nor the Gakaka courts were perfect. However, they represented a necessary response to an unthinkable tragedy. Both institutions played a vital role in seeking accountability for the genocide, fostering dialogue about the past, and paving the way for reconciliation. Justice, though slow and challenging, was a crucial step towards the healing of a traumatized nation. How does a nation rebuild from the ruins of genocide? In the aftermath of the Rwandan genocide, the country was left devastated, with a broken society and a shattered economy. But Rwanda, like a phoenix rising from its ashes, embarked on a journey of transformation, rebuilding itself from the ground up, brick by brick. The Rwandan government, with the support of the international community, implemented a series of measures to restore the nation. The focus was on unity and reconciliation, a brave and challenging path, considering the magnitude of the atrocities committed. It was a path fraught with accusations and criticism, but Rwanda remained resolute in its commitment to healing and rebuilding. The government initiated various programs aimed at promoting unity among its citizens. One such initiative was the establishment of the Gakaka courts. These community-based restorative justice systems were designed to address the crimes of genocide, promote reconciliation, and rebuild trust at the local level. The courts were instrumental in facilitating dialogue, encouraging forgiveness, and fostering a sense of shared Rwandan identity. In parallel, the International Criminal Tribunal for Rwanda was set up by the United Nations to prosecute those responsible for the genocide. The tribunal, despite its slow pace and limited scope, convicted 60 individuals, marking a significant step towards accountability and justice. Rwanda also focused on economic recovery, investing in sectors like agriculture, tourism, and technology, which led to remarkable economic growth. Today, Rwanda is one of the fastest-growing economies in Africa. Yet, the road to rebuilding has not been without its challenges. Accusations of human rights abuses, regional conflicts, and the spillover of violence into neighboring countries have marred Rwanda's journey towards recovery. Despite these hurdles, Rwanda's journey of rebuilding is a testament to its resilience and determination. The nation has shown that even from the ruins of a devastating genocide, it is possible to rise, rebuild, and progress. This extraordinary transformation illustrates the power of unity, reconciliation, and justice in healing a nation. Rwanda's journey of rebuilding is a testament to its resilience and determination. One generation later, how did Rwanda become one of the most peaceful and rapidly developing countries in Africa? In the wake of such devastating tragedy, Rwanda embarked on a journey of healing and rebuilding, focusing on unity, reconciliation, and justice. The nation's transformation is a testament to the resilience of its people and the power of collective action. Today, Rwanda is a beacon of hope and a model for post-conflict transformation. The journey wasn't easy. It was marked by trials and tribulations, but it was also characterized by an unwavering commitment to a shared vision of a prosperous and harmonious Rwanda. This vision was fueled by a multifaceted approach to justice and healing, involving international mechanisms and traditional practices. Economically, Rwanda has made significant strides. The nation has prioritized sustainable development and invested heavily in sectors like agriculture, information and communication technology, and tourism. These efforts have paid off, with Rwanda being recognized as one of the fastest-growing economies in Africa. Social progress in Rwanda has been equally impressive. The nation has made significant advancements in education, healthcare, and gender equality. Today, more than half of the seats in the Rwandan parliament are held by women, a testament to the nation's commitment to inclusive growth and gender parity. Politically, Rwanda has demonstrated remarkable stability. the government has managed to maintain peace and order, foster unity among its people, and ensure a fair and just society. Despite facing criticism, it has remained steadfast in its pursuit of justice and reconciliation. Rwanda's transformation is not just about numbers or policies, it's about the indomitable spirit of its people, their commitment to unity and peace, and their determination to build a future that honors the memories of those lost in the genocide. Rwanda's journey from genocide to growth is a powerful reminder of human resilience, the importance of justice, and the possibility of transformation even after the darkest of times.